Hey there, everyone. Kyle from MessageDesk here with an April-May update for everything that's new, improved, and coming soon to MessageDesk. So let's dive in. Item number one, custom fields. If you navigate to contacts, pull up your contacts list, and then look here in terms of the contact properties. We've always had custom properties. We've renamed this actually to custom fields now, and these are going to be far, far more robust. So you can actually add the property here, or you can go to settings and you can administrate all of your custom fields there. So you can see here I've got a list of custom fields for a whole bunch of different things. Why are custom fields useful? Well, they allow you to track bespoke custom information that is specific to your contacts inside of MessageDesk. So in this case, I've got some examples set up here. You can add a drop-down type custom field here for things like status, region, order number, client ID, notes, whatever you want, you can shove into a custom field, and then you can actually use that as part of your filtering and then ultimately as part of your messaging too. These are actually going to become available as customization tags that you can insert into messages. So you could auto insert, say, like an invoice ID or invoice number or appointment link or something like that. What custom fields do, though, is they make your messaging and your ability to filter contacts super, super dynamic. So as an example here, I'll go back to the contacts module. I've got some saved filters already set up. So in this case, I've got custom fields set for status and for region. So in this case, the filter is set to filter properties by status that equals active and properties region equals east. So if a contact has both custom fields for active and east set, then they will automatically filter into this list. And you can actually see that right here. This makes life super easy when you want to just multi-select here all of these contacts and then send them a message. You can actually paginate here by the different page numbers. So pretty slick there. Custom fields is something that we anticipate building even further with. Very powerful. Look out for more updates on this in the future. Next one. Okay, let's talk about message history and conversation export. So this has been a requested feature for some time. To give you an example here, I'll click into a conversation from the inbox. And if I go click on the more options here, I have a ability to print conversation. What this does right here, it actually looks at the entire message thread, and I can select a range here. So 24 hours, 7 days, 30 days, etc. And I can actually export this entire conversation history. So super slick if you need to actually store records of conversations elsewhere in some sort of a different service or system. This is one way to print individual conversations. You can also go to settings now. This is a new add that we've added to the data center. Go to data center and then you go to message history, and you actually see a full table here of all of your messages. So this is the past 60 days of all of my messaging history. I can see here delivery date, inbound, outbound, who the sender was, the name, the phone, source, all this kind of good stuff, and of course the message. And then once I'm ready to export, I can export this as a report, do it as a CSV, or I can actually export as a PDF too. So we can actually bring any shared media in on that export as well. Pretty slick. Next one, tenant management features. So if you are a user that has multiple workspaces, then you will have seen a change here to this particular layout. And that is a breakdown of all of these different workspaces here. So that gives you an example. This is more from the back end, but what this allows us to do is actually group workspaces more closely with your organization. Go back to this workspace. Improved contact filters, multi-select, save views. So going back to our filters here, we've just made some improvements to the way that these filters actually look and feel and how you can edit them. Of course, multi-select is one of the things that I demoed here. Just a little bit slicker experience, a little bit easier to actually sort in multi-select, which is nice. Another feature coming up, message delete security. So this is something that some users have been asking for and had questions about. So if you go into a message thread here, I'm currently set as a admin in my workspace roles and permissions. Admins have the ability to actually delete messages here. So for instance, you've got this delete icon. It actually will remove this from what you see on the front end in MessageDesk. We don't delete all of your messages by any means. There's still an actual like record of this in the database that is still recoverable. But what we've done is we've changed this actual role and permission behavior so that only admins can delete messages by default. Beforehand, managers and operators could do that too. So this just helps to maintain the continuity inside of your message thread and reduce the potential for messages that shouldn't have been deleted, right? Next one, improved contact import sync. So if you go to contacts, one of the things that we've done is just made an improvement to how the actual contact import functions. In terms of matching your fields, now this works perfectly with custom fields. So let's see if I can find a CSV here. Let's try and use this just as an example. All those custom properties that I've added, custom fields, I should say, we can add those here as part of our custom import. And I can match these fields, right? Let's just say that these are matched. And what this will do is it'll actually sync all of that contact data into our custom fields properly. If anything is missing, we just skip the row. This allows you to do multiple updates of information as well. So let's say you have like a master spreadsheet with all of your contact information, all your custom fields saved. What you can do is actually go into MessageDesk, do this sole import flow, and then you can actually update all of those fields dynamically, which is pretty slick. So it helps you create kind of really dynamic lists and manage custom information as it changes across your customer base. And then some final smaller stuff. We improved 2FA for international numbers. So if you were an international user trying to actually create an account, that now actually works, which is great. And then I'll touch on some things that are coming soon here. Let's go to changelog.messagedesk.com and let's check out the roadmap here. So the big one that's actually in development right now is call forwarding. So if you have a MessageDesk text-only number, we've been talking about this for a couple months, what you're going to be able to do now is set a call forwarding number for that text-only number. So what happens if someone tries to call your MessageDesk number that we've added to your account for you, you can forward it to a mobile device, you can forward to a landline, to a VoIP number, whatever you're using. This helps to make sure that if someone actually calls your text-only lines, that the call actually doesn't get dropped and that it gets forwarded on properly. So that's a big one coming soon. Next one, inbound webhooks. This has been a requested feature as well for those of you that need to do some more custom integrations. We're going to be expanding out the ability to make updates to MessageDesk via inbound webhooks in Q2. So this is coming down the pipes. And then the other big one is browser and app notification sounds. So this is an actual audible ding that we're going to be adding, or some sort of a chime notification for when new messages are received, notifications go off. So that way, if you have your phone in your pocket or you're looking at a different browser, you actually get a notification that something is going on in MessageDesk and that you can actually respond. This is also going to apply to the actual mobile app badge as well. So on the mobile apps for iOS and for Android, you'll see an actual round icon there that says how many unread messages you have. So that's going to be coming soon too, as well, by the end of Q2. And that just about wraps up everything. We've been quite busy. There are, of course, other changes in bug fix. If you go and check out the changelog, we keep a rolling tab of everything that is changing and getting improved here inside of MessageDesk to keep you guys updated. You can visit this at any time by going to changelog.messagedesk.com. And that'll do it for today. I'll catch you guys later.